Why ketchup went over. Good evening. I just took me a good bath, I'm telling you. I'll be saying bath, but I took a bath in my truck. Felt good to me. Same thing. Well, tonight, I thank God for wisdom. Because I told the Lord, I have no money to get me no soap. And I said, Lord, I have to take a bath. And I cannot put that, any kind of soap in my personal area, And the Lord told me go right over there to the hotel and ask. And so I went over there to the hotel, and the girl went to the back, and she said, let me go look and see if I have any. And then she came back, and then she said, what room are you in? And then I said, I'm not. And then I said, I just wanted to know if I can have a couple of bars of soap. And she said, sure you can. And so she said, I don't have any down here. And I said, okay. So I saw the housekeeper. And there you go. Bars of soap and shampoo. And so I was grateful for that. And so when I was taking a bath in my truck, I actually thought about it, and I said, I want to know. I'm sure they do, because that store that sells all the cute little baskets and bins, I'm quite sure they sell what I'm thinking of in my mind, and I just wondered if they do or not. I'm sure somebody sells one, but I thought about thinking of a little fold-out bin, a little personal tub, maybe about this big or so, maybe about this deep, that you could take it and it folds in. I'm sure they got something like that. And then with the little organizers that fold in and fold out, and it's a tub on the go. And it has a little handle for people like me that are in a situation at this place, and you might want to go into a regular stall and do your business, but I can't because I got a big old tub. And then it's, you got the sink, and then you got to go all the way to the bathroom. So I thought about it. You put the water in the little tub and go in the bathroom, and you could do your business in there and take your time, and it'll be like whatever. It'll make the whole situation worthwhile. So I thought about that and thought that might be really good. I don't know if they have anything like that, but that was just a thought. I'm sure they do. But that was a really cute thought. And I thought to just fold it in with all your little organizers around the side, and then just fold it down like a suitcase, it compacts into itself. And then I thought that was a really good idea. Anyway, I made this to say something, and literally forgot what I was going to say when I started talking about the tub. But I thank God that I was able to take me a bath. I'm always grateful about that. To wash, and I cleansed my face today. I had some water. I was so glad. I probably will go back to the store and get me some more hot water. I think I got some over there on the door. I do. But it's like the best thing in the world to cleanse my face with some hot water. So I thank God for that. Learn to be grateful for the really small things. Where I'm at right now, I'm still upset. Today is an upset day. And the Bible says to be upset and sin not. So I'm upset, and I'm not sinning about it, but yeah, I'm very upset. I had a lot lot of people playing on the phone today. Playing on Facebook. By the way, Facebook, I don't think they know it or not, or maybe they don't care, but they're getting sued. They're right up there with the banks because the police use Facebook for everything. So Facebook is right up there with the banks. They're up there with Walmart and the banks. And the doctors and the hospitals are next, and then the stores are after that. But, yeah, Facebook, I hope they know. Maybe they don't care, but they're getting sued. And so, after that, I got to thinking about last year when I went to, and this is good, God was working it out because I thought that it was a bad thing, but it really wasn't. So, and this has something to do with the bath. So, was it 2020 in November when I got the tickets. So the tickets and the wreck date, those are important. I need to keep up with that. I'm going to come back to that, not tonight. But I got tickets in Sandy Springs in Atlanta. But I only got the tickets. They were a derivative of Waffle House. I'll go in Waffle House, and this is when I used to go take my bath in the bathroom. And I went in there, and I used to have my camera on. And I used to leave the camera running in the truck to make sure the truck was okay, and I'm going to take my bath and come back. And so I would go to Waffle House because by the time I finished dashing, I go in Waffle House, and by 11 or 12, it's always nobody in there. So I go in there and take my bath about 15 minutes or so, put my water in the sink and take my wash and put all my stuff in my purse and go in there, do my face and everything, and come out. Well, I went in there this time, and the police there was mad. And so they told her when I came to do my bath, don't let me use the bathroom. So long story short, when I went in there, she comes, no, I walked in and said, I'm going to go to the bathroom. Oh, we ain't got no public bathroom. I said, you don't have a public bathroom? The bathroom right there. No, we ain't got no public bathroom. I said, okay, I'll buy some. So I'm still going to the bathroom. I go in there and close the door. Bam, 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 bam. You need to come out the bathroom. What are you doing in there? And so I was like, okay. So as soon as people start talking to me like that, I understand they got a little authority behind them. So they think that because the FBI agent is telling them what to do, that they can just treat me like a ball of trash. So I had my other camera in my pocket. And so I took it out and I told her, I'm going to be out here when I get out of here. But you could go on and ring up a grid bowl. And I'll be out and pay for it or whatever when I get out. She said, no, you need to come out the bathroom now because I need to use it. So I said, well, I'm not. Call the police. So she walked off and must have went and go call the FBI agent to ask what she said, call the police, what to do now. So then she comes back and say, I ain't going to call the police, but you need to come out the bathroom. So when I came out the bathroom, I said, I thought the police was coming. So she said, child, get out the stuff. Real disrespectful. For no reason. Never seen this girl before in my life. So I go out, and I'm getting ready to go out. And so I said, you ain't finna keep talking to me like that. Because you the one at work. You must don't want your job no more. And so I pulls out my camera. And I started recording her to send to corporate office. So long story short, the police came. The police came, and she tells the police she was in the bathroom masturbating. And so, I don't know, that's what she tells them on 911. the girl is in the bathroom masturbating. She tells that to a 911 call. I don't know what she ended up doing. So, black lady in there, this, that, and that. I mean, just going on. So the police came, and I told him I was homeless, and I come there all the time. I never have an issue. And I was like, I go between the different ones. It depends on wherever I'm dashing at, and I just happen to be over here. And this and that, but I'm not talking at this level because she done made me mad. So I got the camera on. It's still on by the police there. So the police say, okay, well, leave the property or whatever. I said, okay, I'm gonna go. Then the police say, don't come back on the property. I said, I'm not. So I'm not in this time. And so the police told me when I left, this is moving into the tickets. So I'm going to stop there because that's when I'm moving to the tickets. So back at that situation, I called corporate office. Never thought about it until just now when I got ready to make this video. When I called corporate office, they had a man from Columbia, South Carolina call me back. And I remember as clear as day, the Lord said, don't talk to him. And so he said, send me the information. And the Lord said, don't talk to him. And I thought about that. When I got up here to California, why would they be making evidence in California for South Carolina? Because that's what they've been doing. Because that's why Ketchup never changed his South Carolina address. So it looks like you're traveling the world, committing crime, and you live in South Carolina. That's why Zai said the police paid Zai, because Zai worked for them too, and called me from SLED. That's why SLED is in the lawsuit too. So it looks like you're traveling. South Carolina is your hometown. You got a business over there, which is Algernon Williams, which is when I left. I wasn't dealing with him no more. And they just done kept that going. So that's why it's still these custom businesses with no name. Why Ketchup went over there? And I said, something he did over there in April, it was so evil. He went over there and settled up. They paid him. They gave him money. They exchanged. He went over there and closed his deal and changed his license. That's when whatever he did, and probably divorced me in South Carolina. Who knows? But the key to the matter is South Carolina is the heart of it. And that's why I kept trying to figure out, why would the police up here be changing my information and putting South Carolina on there? Because, see, I never used the name Crystal Ketchup in South Carolina. I didn't change my name until January 2020 in the state of Kentucky. And so that's how that went. And so I thought about that. Why would it be like that? Because I got to thinking about that, and I had an epiphany just now. Because the object of the game is, they say you live somewhere with wealth, and you just living in the car or whatever and saving money. Listen to what these people say. And then they put in the address in there because South Carolina wants you to come back, because them retarded faggots down there ain't got no sense. So they want me to come back to South Carolina. So that's why BRS Staffing put Hilton Head on South Carolina. I've never lived there, but that's why they put South Carolina. I kept trying to figure it out. That makes no sense. Of all places, why South Carolina? Because they want it to look like crime. Number one, crime is going on, and there's no crime. And two, we want it to be in South Carolina, because that way they can have a case building in South Carolina. All else fails. That's why when it gets agitated and the death threats out there, they're really not threats. They're really threats to swoosh, to move. That's why I came here, because the police used the threats in Georgia. She wants to go to California. Oh, good. California, the only reason. Well, Actually, it's more than one reason. Number one, the Lord said I ain't guilty. Well, two is it ain't have no grounds. And three, they let me come to California because California, the weed is free. Oh, that's great. Let's go. Let them go up there because it's legal, but it ain't legal to the feds. So, oh, great. We'll go up here and do federal identity theft and then add weed. Oh, this is great. And so now you see the picture coming together. And that's why South Carolina stayed in the picture. And that's why South Carolina is still in the picture because of the simple fact of that's why the address was changed. That's why the information is being botched for that. It didn't make no sense to me. It does now. And now I see why Ketchup changed his license. He didn't change his license till last year. And I kept saying, why do you still have that South Carolina? Because he was still working for them. I said, why are you in South Carolina? I had some bit. No, you didn't have no. He said he was at a funeral. I bet you was. I bet you was. I bet you was over there digging a hole for your wife. Over there with the police. And so that's how that situation was. And so I knew it. I felt so much evil in my stomach. I woke up and said, what are you doing? And as soon as that man said he was in South Carolina, the Lord said, that's what he doing. That's what you felt. And I hurt so bad. And I didn't understand, why am I hurting like this? He was over there doing work, settling. They paid him whatever, and whatever else he was doing over there that was dirty. Him and that little stank weasel, Algerron Williams. So, long story short, that's amazing. I should be glad. And I guess I guess that's why they don't let me have no money and don't let me have a job. Because if I did have money and I did have a job, I would smoke my weed and be so happy and wait on them people to come and throw a party before they get here. I'm telling you like no other. I bet they be sitting there with their mouths open and dropped. Like I bet they be like, we don't understand. That girl is anxious to go to jail. I'm not anxious to go to jail. I'm anxious to get these molesters in this courtroom so I can get my life back. And they are retarded because they racist and don't have black people rights at hand anyway. And the only way they're going to have some sense in their air brains is if a judge gives it to them. They're incompetent, their balls are to the right, and they have no sense whatsoever. And the only way they're going to get some sense in their doggone heads is if a judge tell them, no, don't bother her anymore. She is free. She is innocent. You're going to jail. They need to take the police to jail. So to make sure they stay, since the FBI say they're not motivated and ain't been motivated, they're going to get motivated. You're going to get motivated today. When I put that Western District of Kentucky in that civil suit, are you motivated? The judges is going in there. You'll get motivated. That's going to stir some attention. Get motivated. I bet some calls going on right now. Get motivated. Because how did Ketchup come up on that bankruptcy court dismissed for other reasons? Well, the jury and the rest of America want to know what was the other reasons that he was dismissed. The court would like to know. He was dismissed because he's a federal agent. Let's talk about it. Let's get in a courtroom and talk about it. Yeah. Let's dismiss for other reasons. Ain't no other reasons. What are the other reasons? And furthermore, why don't Ketchup acknowledge this truck? He did on the video in Clayton County Police Department dash cam video. He acknowledged it. He said it was his truck. The police don't even let him give me no signed title. They won't even let him sign the title to the truck, and his name is on it. They won't let him sign it because they got so much foolishness around this truck. Paratists, bring your made-up selves to court. All of these people need to get in court, and when they get in court, they need to have about 10 or 15 paddy wagons out that door, because every one of these people from all of them companies is going to jail. It's going to be the biggest bust in history. And I declare it in the name of Jesus. Every single one of them is going to jail. All of these companies that's on there, they need to have it. And it's going to be multiples from each one. It's going to make news. I want them same people that follow me, that tell lies, that make up molestation lies, that make up lies that I'm stealing, that make up lies that I'm using the wrong name. I want you to stand y'all molesting selves up there with your tight Wrangler jeans on. Go back over there, the same podium that they stand when they done busted these black boys and they got all them guns and the weed. I want them to put them same white, tight jean wearing people behind them and stand in front of that same podium with them same tight jeans on and say, we busted all these white people and they going to jail. It's the biggest federal bust in history of corruption. Get yourselves up there and get ready to get on that microphone and talk. Because the world going to talk about you anyway, whether you tell it or not. Because you ain't going to shut my mouth up. And that's why they won't give me no money, because they already know we give her money, that junk going to spread. She going to write, and she going to defend herself. And so I'm going to let them know that too. They oppress me. I cannot call an attorney. I couldn't get a divorce attorney. They stood in between that. I can't call nobody, and they don't let me have no mail. If I go to the mailbox, they take it. If I go to the mail over there, they didn't forward my mail. Why? Because they giving all my mail down there to that little black rat down there at iPostal. And I'm gonna write the United States Postal Service and ask them to take her license. She's committing fraud under y'all name, and y'all already getting sued. Now, if y'all don't mind that, then but yeah, the United States Postal Service gonna shut our postal down because they're illegal and they're committing identity theft and they're stealing mail and they're staging mail because Fifth Third Bank is sending her mail, she's getting it and passing it off. And that's why they have me every time you go to Archibald Bank, they rotate the bank hours. This hour's closed, this hour's open. So you go to Archibald, it look like you at our postal because it's right there. I done put it together. Then you go in our postal, they got the people there with the cars. They going to jail. They going to jail. They going to jail. And every time I went in there, them people, the place too small. They should have told them that. Don't go in there. It's too small. Ain't but me and you here. Ain't but one of us with a card. So it got to be you, dummy. Then the same person at Walmart on Foothill later on, get ready to go to jail. I'm not finna play with y'all. Sit up here and act like I don't know what I'm talking about. And then they be talking about, that's her. No, it ain't her. I'm start pulling out my phone. That's why they broke all my cameras. They did that too. They tore up all my cameras. So, when I get mad, my thoughts go to all of these different things they done did to make me mad. But I basically wanted to just say that I wanted to make this video to talk about South Carolina and to clearly say, that's it, that South Carolina is, do not live there. Don't have no house there. Don't have no residence there. Don't have nothing there. When we moved from there, we moved from there. Even wasn't in communication with Conrex. So that is not somewhere that I ever intended on going back to because they're racist and they're not worse than California. Gosh, I don't know how to, who's worse? Who's worse? Gosh, that's hard. That's hard. Because they're both bad. But California is bad with their police as far as it's nothing like I've ever seen in my life. I think if it was a way that they could close their police departments down for training one at a time, I would recommend it. Close them all down one at a time and take each one of them and go start your training over because they don't have nothing but a bunch of thugs running the street. But then I thought about Carolina, They are bad, but they still segregated. They still got racism in a different way. It's the same, and that's why I can't say who's worse, because they're the same, they're just different. California, you can still go in this store and get black people hair care products. In Carolina, you can't. It's some parts of Carolina that don't sell no black people stuff. I'm telling you, they retarded. They not wrapped too tight. Them white boys down there that drive them big trucks with all that mud on the side and them flags on the back, they not wrapped too tight. Air brains. Ain't but a noodle up there. Half of it is gone. And they don't care. And they jeans be super tight, and they have on them boots and them shirts tucked in, and you see that one nut is one, and it's real little to the right, and you already know when you see that, and they be chewing a bunch of tobacco. Not wrapped too tight. Not wrapped. When you see that, you already know it's time to go home. Time to go home. So, no. That people still don't ride. Black boys still don't ride in Lexington after 9. So no, I can't. California is different as far as you could be black and go somewhere and ain't nobody gonna say nothing. In Carolina, it's not like that yet. You could go to certain parts of Lexington and be black, and then white people gonna get up and leave. Or you gonna get bad service, or you gonna get flicked off, or you gonna get pulled in front of, or you gonna get ran off the road. You gonna get something like that. I told you they still got Maurice's open down there. They not wrapped too tight. So that's why I never want to go back down there. They are not wrapped all the way, and they already know that, and they don't really care about it. The black people know it too, and just they go and stay to themselves over there in the Northeast. That's what they call it, the Northeast side of Carolina in Columbia. And they all go over there, and you all go over there, and it's just a bunch of black people over there. And they say, well, we live over here, and the white people live over there. It's still segregated. It's just not said that way. But in amongst the black culture, they'll tell you, oh, you over there in Lexington? We don't go over there. You don't go over there. Said that's why I went to go get my business license in January of 2018, and that white man said, I'll think about it. Hello, sir. That man said, we will think about it. Oh, that man said he gonna think about if I can have a business or not. Gee, I'm putting him in my lawsuit just for that. Oh, racist behind dogs. That man said we would think about it. I always jibed and said that. I never really thought about how racist that was, because they said when you used to it, I guess that's why these people up here in California is like that, because they're used to it, and they don't really know that you're being, they don't really know that they're being, like, in this system like this. I guess they don't understand that they're being profiled badly. So, because I said that earlier today to a lady, I'm not used to it. I come from Georgia, and you can't go a light without seeing every black business on whatever. Granted, it is what it is, because you're in Atlanta and the population, but I'm talking about the opportunity of it. They expect you to do that. In California, they don't expect you to do that. They expect that's what it looked like to an outsider. They expect these white people to do it. They expect the Latinos to do it. And they know the Asians gonna do it. But you better not go to that office being black. They seem like they don't know nothing about that. They seem like that's not even encouraged. It's not encouraged where I come from to Georgia to go to the welfare office. What are you doing there? That's not encouraged. That's not what you do. That ain't encouraged. That's why that thought never came to me. Never was like, oh, I'm going to just go do this. Because that ain't what you do. That ain't in my culture. You don't run up there and get on no system. You went all the way 2,414 miles to get food stamps. You can get food stamps in Georgia. Living in the same truck. where you can get cash and get food stamps. Didn't do it there. You went all the way. No, that ain't encouraged. That ain't in style. Black people don't do that down there. We're not doing that. If you got a bunch of kids, yeah. If you got kids, period, yeah, you're going to do it to feed your kids if you have to. But you're not going being one person running to no system like that. We're not, that ain't in our culture. California need to come up. I didn't expect that here. They need to, the black people here need to have an awakening. So anyway, I just wanted to say that because that was on my mind. And they're making evidence for South Carolina. And I just wanted to let them know that I was aware. And that they need to cut it out. Because they're just doing nothing but putting themselves in jail. And that's that. And I just wanted to say that. But that just totally just blew me. I mean, I guess every time I say it, it blows me because I've never seen anything like it before in my life. Even when I lived in Augusta, even as a child, I grew up with seeing black people, black men, they just did not work for nobody else. Every man that I knew coming up, probably because they was friends with my dad, everybody had their own business. Even my best friend's dad, he was a doctor. My other friend's dad, he was a pastor. And the other friend, they worked on cars. Like, he had a business. You didn't see I didn't come up seeing with no black people with no job and going to work every day. I didn't see none of that. I only came up around entrepreneurs. And that's probably why it's in my blood to be one. But when you're in a situation like this, you know what I'm saying? I didn't come up around that. So I don't know. Because my daddy was old school, and so was all his friends, all them had. He didn't have friends, but my uncles and the people that, Miss Edwards and them that lived across the street, they was pastors. Dory Brown, her dad was a doctor. So I didn't come up in this age where you, where you having to ask permission. And honey, South Carolina still got that. Them people need help. They need Jesus. They need the wrath of the Lord to come through Lexington County and shut it down. I swear I cannot wait to get in court. I swear I cannot wait. So that is all I wanted to say tonight. Because the Bible says, be angry and sin not. And I don't want to keep talking about it until I get frustrated. I don't have no money. I don't have no bank card. I'm not selling drugs. I'm not selling my cooter. I'm not a prostitute. I'm not begging. I do not own my truck. I do not commit identity theft. I'm not out here shopping. I'm sleeping in my truck because this is where I live. I don't affiliate myself with no address. I don't get mail nowhere. I'm not stealing. I'm not returning anything. I'm not buying anything because I have no money. I am married, and Ketchup cannot talk to me because the FBI told him no. And also because the IRS is involved and they own all black people. And that is the end of this recording. This is the one and only Crystal Ketchup. I want anybody to know this situation. If anybody see it, they could be family or not, that see my situation, that know what's going on. I want that to be understood and to be duly noted. That if anything, God forbid, was to happen to me, I'm not with no man. Ain't no man did nothing to me. If it is a man around, he was sent from nobody but the FBI and the IRS. They watch me way too much and watch everything I do. So if anything happened to me, it ain't nobody but what they sent. The trash that they sent. Bottom line. Ain't nobody interested in me but them. Alright. That is the end of this.